One sign on the door saved an entire nation. It was the night no one in Egypt would ever forget. The night death swept through the land. For months, the land had been shaken by plague after plague. Water had turned to blood. Frogs, gnats, and flies had swarmed the cities. Livestock had perished. Hail had crushed the fields. Locusts had devoured what remained. Darkness had smothered the land for 3 long days. Yet through it all, Pharaoh's heart was like stone. His pride refused to yield. And so, God announced the final plague, the one that would break Egypt's grip forever. At midnight, every firstborn son in Egypt would die, from the palace of Pharaoh to the poorest servant's home, unless the house was marked by God's sign of protection. The instructions were unlike anything the people had ever heard. Each Israelite family was to choose a perfect lamb, spotless and without defect, slaughter it at twilight, and place its blood on the sides and top of their doorframes. They were to roast the meat, eat it with bitter herbs and unleavened bread. That evening, the streets were strangely quiet. Fathers carefully brushed the blood onto the wood. Mothers hurried the children inside. Families huddled together, speaking in hushed tones. Outside, the air felt heavy, almost still, as though the entire land was holding its breath. And then it began. In the distance, a faint cry pierced the silence. The sound grew until all of Egypt was filled with the sound of grief. Mothers weeping, fathers shouting in despair, servants crying out for their lost sons. But in the homes marked by the blood, there was peace. The destroyer passed over, just as God had said, realizing they had just witnessed the power of God's promise. As the first light of morning crept over the horizon, a messenger arrived. Pharaoh's command had changed. "Go," he told Moses and Aaron. "Take your people and leave." And just like that, the chains of 400 years of slavery fell away. That night was not just a rescue, it was a beginning. God told them to remember it forever, to keep the Passover as a sign of his protection and deliverance. Centuries later, another spotless lamb would come, Jesus Christ, whose blood would not cover just one nation for one night, but would save the whole world for all eternity. And just as in Egypt, those marked by his blood have nothing to fear when death passes over. Comment Jesus saves if you know the blood of the Lamb still covers and the blood of the Lamb still saves.